back to Sound of the Underground, and today we're going to be reviewing The Future Sound of London. It's a group with two guys, two, Garry, Cobain, and Brian Dougans, and we're going to be reviewing their debut album, which was released in 1991, Accelerator. And out of all their albums, even after this one, the first one, this one is the most club oriented album. It's their releases after this album are more ambient. I would consider it ambient house, and sorry, my cat got in the way. So let's put Kitty over here. Actually, it's not a kitty. She's like 16 years old. All right. So the Future Sound of the London group, they're very, I would consider them pioneers of techno music, ambient house. Brian Dougans and Garry Cobain, they both met at when they were going to school at the university in Manchester. They were studying electronics, and let's get to the album here, The Future Sound of London. It was originally released in 91. It was re-released in 1992 with two remixes. A remix of the first track, Expander, and the second track, Moscow, which are both, the original and the remixes are great. Especially, I love Moscow, the remix of Moscow. It's even better than the original. Actually, they're pretty good. I what can I say? These guys are pioneers of acid house, techno, and their album. Let's talk about their album. There's Expander, Stolen Documents, While Others Cry, Calcium, It's Not My Problem, Papua New Guinea, Moscow 1 and 8, Pulse State, and Central Industrial. I have to say, like from beginning to end, I listened to this album like twice, and it is amazing. It is. I mean, it has like Congo beats in it, and it's very airy. It's like it doesn't sound like very computer based beats. I mean, you can hear in each song there's like real percussion and real Congo beats, like I said, and there's some wonderful sampling, some sounds that are just wicked. I mean, seriously, they're great. So my favorite tracks on the album are probably Expander, Calcium, It's Not My Problem, and then also I really like Pulse State. And so let's see what else. Of the two people, Garry Cobain and Brian Dougans actually had a released album before this debut. under a different name. It was called Global, and it was released in '89. Let's see, Humanoid, Global Humanoid, Maya. Sorry, my cat. So he released a track all by himself, or I mean, album. Um, Brian Dougans, and with John Laker also. But that it's a 10-track album, Global Humanoid, which is actually pretty good too. I might review it later in a different review. So Papua New Guinea was like they released that song as a single, and it did so well that they added more songs and built an album around that song, and I mean I'm not sure if that's how they went about it, but I mean there's many ways of making an album, but I can with listening to Papua New Guinea, it's really earthy. It has rich, like for instance percussions, and so they went about with making the other songs um, not like exactly like Papua New Guinea, but I mean like in they were inspired by that, I would think, that single to make the other songs, and I mean this is class act, A plus, A plus plus. I mean album and effort from Brian Dougans and Garry, um, Cobain. And so, let's see. I would rate it. I would give it a 8.5. Out of 10. This album. It's really great. Like I said, their albums after this, their first one, are more ambient based. But with saying that, it's not like Brian Eno ambient. Brian Eno kind of does very minimalistic approach uh, to ambient music. These guys actually, Brian Dougans and Garry Cobain, they do put out ambient songs, but they're more like the Orb. If I had to compare them to another group, um, or maybe 808 State, but 808 State is not exactly ambient, but especially well in regards to this Accelerator album, this album sounds similar to what 808 State put out like when they were beginning, um, but I might I might add that the future sound of London, the Accelerator album is probably even better than 808 State. Um, 808 State has a lot of really familiar techno songs, especially when they began. And but I have to. I would prefer Accelerator over any of 808 State's early albums. But not to say I don't like 808 State. I do like them, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. But definitely, if you like house, very airy house music, but and it's also there's, I mean, it's techno house, uh, mixture of songs on this Accelerator album from Future Sound of London. I really like it a lot. Um, I that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll be reviewing another album of the Future Sound of London coming up, and please subscribe and like and comment down below. What kind of songs you like on this album, if you've heard it before. I personally have not heard it before, but I really like it a lot. Back in the 90s, I bought their Did Cities album, which was amazing. It's more ambient, like I said, but and like kind of like Orb. Um, yeah, but that's another amazing album by the Future Sound of London. Did Cities. Yeah, but anyway, hope you like this review, and please comment and subscribe. Hit the button and the bell button, and I hope you have a good week. Bye bye.